I had a wonderful experience creating this e-portfolio and using it as a reflective tool, but also as a housing for the major projects from my high incidence disabilities master's program. The reflective process to me is always a good one, whether we find things that we expected to find and we like, or to the contrary. So it gives us something to look on and to change and move through and move from. So for me, creating the e-portfolio in terms of artifacts wasn't so difficult because I produced good quality work throughout the course of the program. But for me, the challenging part was the actual mechanics of creating the portfolio and using Weebly and making it look tidy and be user-friendly. And again, it's part of the process, and the process was good. It was good for me. So as you know, 8 of the artifacts, actually 9 of the artifacts, I believe, were predetermined. And they were all done so wisely, as they were the major, oftentimes culminating projects from these classes. Reviewing them was really good to kind of take a glimpse backward and refresh the mind about the process or the products of these classes. The additional artifacts that I chose had particular significance, either because I learned so much, or such density in learning, or because it caused me to look at myself and how I fit into the special educator piece, and how that affects the students and the families and the other teachers around me. And so a lot of that, again, was selecting these extra artifacts based on the importance that they held to me throughout my high incidence program. I looked at these artifacts, I think, in a very practical way, sometimes critical of perhaps my writing style, or looking at how my point of view changed a little bit, particularly from the courses early on to those taken this spring. But for the most part, it was just a really good visit and memory, kind of jogging of memory, to make sure that I'm fully prepared to go out and use this master's and put into practice the tools that I've learned and the philosophy behind why we do what we do. This whole master's was a wonderful experience and a wonderful challenge, and going through the e-portfolio process was necessary for me. It was the best way for me to reflect, to look back, to make some changes, but most importantly, to make sure that I have front and center in my mind all of these important pieces that will put this new master's to use in the future for me.